KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see partly sunny skies and it will be breezy. An afternoon high around 53. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a light breeze, the low around 34. And tomorrow, we'll see partly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy and warm, high near 65. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's basketball season, and Salt Mine City is your pregame and postgame headquarters in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Get ready for the game with their big, fatty 7-ounce hamburger or try a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, your basketball headquarters, now open at 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
John just tried Renz's new Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger with its sweet heat bacon jam, pepper jack cheese, bacon, and cream cheese.
Whoa, this burger's like totally...
What?
You know, boom, 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 boom.
Not sure I'm getting it.
It's totally jammin'?
Ah, I see. Well, don't jam with your mouth full. Try the Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Renza makes it all better.
It's another big week of hockey at the Icebox. Join the Lincoln Stars as they continue their push for home ice in the Clark Cup playoffs as they host the Des Moines Buccaneers on Thursday night. It's another one of our college nights, so grab your friends and enjoy great drink specials while cheering on the Stars. Puck drop is at 7 o'clock. Then on Saturday at 6 o'clock, it's our pre-St. Patrick's Day celebration. Wear your green and enjoy more drink specials as the Stars take on the Sioux Falls Stampede. Get your tickets now at LincolnStars.com and don't miss a second of the action.
Forget the lame excuse this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work for those 2 magical days in mid-March. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday, March 19th and 20th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday to get a ping pong ball with the lucky team on it and stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. It's March Mayhem with 93.7 The Ticket for the NCAA tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings on 68th and O.
Your cure for spring fever is at the Husker Lawn and Leisure Show, March 13th through the 15th at the Sandhills Global Event Center. See unique home and landscape displays. Admission $8. Veterans free on Friday. Hours and info at HuskerLawnShow.com. Sponsored by South O Roofing.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome into a presentation of high school boys state basketball on 93.7 The Ticket. Boys state basketball on The Ticket is presented by Union Bank and Trust, Nebraska Hematology Oncology, Concordia University, Nest 529 Direct Plan, Peru State College, General Excavating, the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Doane University, Play It Again Sports, Sunbelt Rentals, the Nebraska Army National Guard, Big Ten Sports Bar, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, and Jimmy John's. Now, calling all the action, here are Nick Sainert and Jay Foreman.
Welcome into Pinnacle Bank Arena as we get ready for a busy day of high school hoops as well as Nebraska basketball coverage. So much to get to, and only about 24 hours until it's all over as we are ready to go from semifinal Friday here at Pinnacle Bank Arena ahead of 2 Class C1 semifinals and then Class A followed by Class B. Nick Sainert alongside Jay Foreman with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com as we get ready for our first C1 semifinal matchup of the day. And it's going to feature the Ogallala Indians going up against the Douglas County West Falcons. This should be a really good one as both these teams were able to handle business in the quarterfinal matchup earlier this week. And without burying the lead, we have to talk about a guy we're going to be mentioning a plethora of times here over the course of the next hour and a half or so. And he wears a white jersey for the Ogallala Indians, and that is number 33, the 6'3" senior guard Sawyer Smith. This guy yesterday in a matchup against 8th-ranked Syracuse was able to get 23 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 steals as Ogallala beat Syracuse 77-43 to advance to this morning's game. But here's the deal. 1 assist shy, not a triple-double. He already got that. 1 assist shy of a quadruple double was Sawyer Smith yesterday in the win against the Syracuse Rockets. Now, Ogallala comes in with an undefeated record, 26-0 on the year. They have not dropped a single matchup all season long, led by head coach Carter Brown. It is their 29th appearance as a school in the state tournament. However, they've never hoisted the trophy, and they feel like they have a pretty good shot to do that here in 2026. For Douglas County West, 22-6 on the year. They come in after knocking off in somewhat of an upset fashion against Grand Island Central Catholic. The Crusaders fell to Douglas County West. The Falcons were able to knock them off. They also have yet to win a state championship, but for DC West, only the 3rd trip in school history to Pinnacle Bank Arena for head coach Chip Daling and the Falcons. For Douglas County West, Coach Daling will start these 5 players. A 6-foot senior guard, number 2, Trey Schieber. Number 2, a 6'5" senior forward, Zane Wohlers. Number 5, a 6'2" senior guard, Trey Olson. Number 11, a 6'2" junior guard, Lane Smith. And number 13, a 6'4" senior forward, Nolan Asher. For the number 1 seed, 26-0, Ogallala Indians. Head coach Carter Brown, assisted by Darius Davis, Ryan Mumm, Jeremy Smith, and Cameron Bush. Ogallala starting 5 looks like this: a 5'10" junior guard, Lincoln Gillen. Number 5, a 6'3" senior guard, Ryan Gilmore. Number 11, a 6'3" senior guard, Eden Kane. Number 32, a 6'8" junior forward, Tanner De Castro. And number 33, the man of the tournament thus far, a 6'3" senior guard, Sawyer Smith. Smith's going to be rocking a pretty sick-looking white headband as we are getting ready to go here in the next couple of minutes. Ogallala will be in their home white uniforms with a little bit of a sleek look to it, as Ogallala in the black letters and numbers with the orange piping down each side, as DC West with their road blacks and the Falcons across the chest, the Nike swoosh up on the right side of the shoulder, and the red letters and numbers here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Once again, it's semifinal Friday. Glad you could be with us here as we get ready to go, as 2 guys ready to tip things off, 1 for each side, and the tip is controlled by Sawyer Smith and the Ogallala Indians. Once again, Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. As the top of the key, we work it around Ogallala. Gilmore has it now past the left side. Driving baseline is De Castro. De Castro backing down the smaller defender. De Castro listed at 6'8". Mid-range jumper is good. Nails for Eden Kane early on.
Yeah, Kane came out right early. Inside-outside game. Good mid-range jumper there.
It is 2-0 Ogallala as DC West pushes the pace. Down the floor they go. Getting pushed off the baseline is DC West down below the basket, but they get it out top towards the timeline. Crossing it over at the top of the key. It is Asher. Nolan Asher gives it off now to Olson. Olson center lane hesitates. Left-handed layup is no good. Just too strong on that attempt. And the rebound is cleared by De Castro. Tanner De Castro at the left side gives it to Sawyer Smith, who was once again a 1 assist shy of a quadruple double yesterday in their win against Syracuse. He had 10 assists, 10 steals. As there's an offensive foul called on Tanner De Castro as he extended that right arm trying to create some space.
Yeah, good drive there by De Castro left, and he actually bumped the head of the DC West defender. Got a little blood there. He's going over there getting it wiped off. Easy call there with the extension.
2-0 your score. Ogallala up and on DC West here early on. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you. Jake Bachhoven back in our 93.7 The Ticket Studios in downtown Lincoln here. At the top of the key at the logo with it is Douglas County West. Guarded by Sawyer Smith. Now they give it top of the key with it to Schieber. Schieber into the near corner on the left side to Wohlers. Wohlers tries to drive baseline over the defender. He gets it tied up at 2.
Good job by Wohlers. Tight to the baseline. Withstood the pressure. Easy layup.
Here on the right side, Smith with the basketball with it back to the rim. Now squares up at the right elbow. Passes back out top of the key to Castro. To Castro now right side with it is Kane. Kane to Smith. Smith jab step pull up 3 on the way. Just off the back iron. No good. And the rebound corralled by DC West. 6:20 to go. First quarter. We're tied at 2.
It's going to be a good battle here, Nick. DC West is making some headway last few years, and obviously Ogallala is a team to be reckoned with at any class, and they got a superstar player in Smith. It'll be interesting to see how they handle playing at PBA, being over at Devaney last couple of days.
On the right wing, skip pass to the far corner. Now on the near side, they miss the 3, get their own rebound. Try number 2 will fall, as once again there is Olson. He gets the layup to fall.
Yeah, good drive there. Good job of following your shot. Sometimes people shoot it and go down court. Easy 2 points there.
Here on the left side, it's Gillen. Gillen fires the long 3. That one rims out. No luck on that one, and the glass is cleared once again by Douglas County West and Schieber. He'll bring it across the timeline on the right side. good crowd on hand here for a 9 a.m. tip-off in the C1 boys semifinals. Got an exciting day of hoops coming your way as Class A will occupy the afternoon session. Obviously, Lincoln Southwest playing Omaha West Side at 1:30, and then we'll wrap up with Class B action in the night session. Now down low, here it is, kicked out, top of the key, three-point try on the way for Douglas County West is good as Schieber connects on his first shot attempt.
Great job of the extra pass there. That's a good team right there, good teammate. Teamwork makes the dream work.
5:05 to go first quarter. 7-2 your score. DC West on top of Ogallala as Ogallala gets it ripped away, and Douglas County West will be called for a reach-in foul as the help side defender came in and got a little too much on.
Yeah, Ogallala got to settle down here. The first possession, they had an easy 2 points. In the last 3 or 4 possessions, I saw, very inefficient shots, a wild play here. So I think the nerves and excitement of being on PBA and then obviously wanting to get to the championship is probably weighing on Ogallala more than DC West.
5 minutes exactly. Pull up three-pointer on the way. No good on the attempt by Kane. Eden Kane unable to connect on that trifecta. Douglas County West will bring it up the floor as they're in the midst of a 7-0 run. On the right corner, just inside the perimeter, back out right wing. It's deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Ogallala. It stays with the Falcons of Douglas County West.
Yeah, it's a high-paced game. I think DC West obviously matches up size and skill-wise with Ogallala. Obviously, Smith is a star player coming in, but the team at DC West is giving them all they can handle right now.
On the left side, here's Douglas County West into the left corner with the basketball. The Falcons entry pass, left side working on De Castro, skips it through. Right side three-point try will not go off the front of the iron, and good rebound there by Eden Kane of Ogallala. He gives an outlet pass on the left side. With it is Gilmore. He steps back into the three-pointer. It won't fall. Rebound tipped around and controlled by DC West. DC West doing a good job limiting them to just one shot.
Yeah, and they're deep shots too. Not one pass or 2 passes at most in a wild, threes or jumpers is playing right into the hands of DC West.
Ogallala is 0 for their last 4 shooting the basketball, while DC West in the midst of a 7-0 run. It's 7-2. DC West on top of Ogallala. Entry pass taken away. Sawyer Smith is going to be called for a defensive foul. And man, what a late call on the Ogallala Indians. Carter Brown can't believe it as he storms down that sideline in disbelief.
Yeah, not much, back and forth there from Carter for Mr. Smith. So maybe he knew he kind of wrapped him around like a defensive back, grabbing him with his left hand.
Yeah.
Either way, it was a little bit of a late call. They were almost into their fast break offense.
4:02 to go first quarter, halfway through quarter number 1 here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. The inbound pass almost taken away by Ogallala. DC West gets it, though, in the center of the lane, trying to collect himself. It's blocked. They get it back. Douglas County West here in the lane. Once again, it's Smith. Three-point try on the way. It's good for Foster. And once again, you talk about the swing potential, as that could have been a steal, but instead, it's a 3-point bucket for Douglas County West as they lead at 10-2.
Yeah, a 5-point turnaround here. You're down by 8. Obviously, there's a lot of time left in the game, but they got to get a good shot here.
On the top of the key, it's De Castro. De Castro crosses over, picks up his dribble. Now to Sawyer Smith, who has yet to attempt a shot. 3-point try, De Castro. He can't connect. Rebound tipped around and undercut from beneath was DC West number 3. That's Foster, who drew the foul on Ogallala.
Yeah, right now is Ogallala is out of sorts. They're not hitting anything, and we've seen this a couple times yesterday in other couple games. You got to come in and try to get easy shots. If you look at DC West shots, everything's in the lane, close to the halo or the Big Ten logo. Everything for Ogallala is what? Outside the lane, 3-point shots, step backs, and quick shots in the shot clock.
3 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's 10-2. Douglas County West with you on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. We'll go ahead and keep it right here for the moment, as it's a 30-second timeout charged to the Indians of Ogallala. And so, once again, exciting day of hoops coming your way. Obviously, Nebraska basketball will get ready to go for their matchup tonight at 5:30. But once again, it's C1 semifinal action coming your way right now.
This is a senior-laden group of Ogallala. They'll be able to battle back here, but they're going to have to band together, get some good shots, and get something going through the hoop.
Douglas County West will bring it across the timeline on the left side, passing the left corner. Now back out near the logo, top of the key with it. It is Asher, Nolan Asher, passes right side to Schieber. Schieber at the top of the key, crosses back over. We'll reset the half-court offense. Takes the screen right, now back left side. With it is Foster, who's 1 for 1 from beyond the arc. Kicks it out top of the key, extra pass to the right side. And running into Asher was number I believe that's number 5, Gilmore for Ogallala. That's number 1 on him.
Yeah, Coach Brown was a little upset late in the shot clock there, right? They tried to do some little bit of a full court pressure, get him out of rhythm because they've been able to do whatever they want. And then a little bit over aggressiveness by Gilmore, and obviously has to take a seat on the bench here.
Sideline inbound for DC West as they get a fresh 35. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter here. 10-2, DC West on top of number 1 Ogallala. Pass on the left side. Here it is with Asher. Asher in the left corner, guarded by Sawyer Smith. Two-handed pass to the right wing. Now with it is Schieber. Schieber into the far right corner. Has it now Foster. Back to Schieber. Schieber to Asher at the top of the key. 10-2 DC West as DC West is on offense. Shot blocked from behind by Sawyer Smith. It'll still stay with DC West.
That might be what Ogallala needs, a big block there. It's either like a dunk or a big three. Get that defense intensity turned up here.
10-2 your score. Baseline inbound here for Douglas County West as they're looking to get it in. They get it up top. 13 still on the possession here for Douglas County West. As at the logo with the basketball, it's Kane. Kane will cross over, gets his pocket picked, and the ball is loose on the ground. It will be a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it with DC West.
Now you're starting to see Coach Brown. The quick timeout was to get him to crank it up defensively, make it harder on DC West, make them extend their offense past the three-point line, closer to half court. Good job there by Sawyer Smith coming up and hedging hard on DC West and forcing a jump ball.
Ogallala hasn't scored in the last 5.5 minutes of game time as this three-point shot is banked in from the right wing. As once again, it is a 13-0 run over the last 4.5 minutes. Sawyer Smith trying to answer the three. He's able to bang it home from the top of the key.
Just like that, he'll answer the call every single time. And sometimes when you're a star player, you got to take matters into your own hands.
13-5, your score. Douglas County West on top by 8. Here is Asher at the top of the key, hands it off to Foster. Foster in the center of the lane, spinning around over the left shoulder. Jumper no good. Rebound collected by Ogallala. And with 1:51 to go in the first quarter, it's 13-5, DC West. Ogallala with the basketball. Sawyer Smith trying to go to work. Fadeaway jumper just inside the free throw line. Sawyer Smith has hit his last 2 shots.
Yeah, just like that. He knows what he's doing. He had DeCastro for a second underneath the hoop wide open. He needs to take the ball in his hands, and he needs to create offense for himself or his teammates.
It is a 6-point ball game. DC West up 13-7. They have the basketball. 1.5 minutes to go. The first quarter on the left side in the lane, passing it through. 3-point try on the way. Can't answer DC West, but now 2 Ogallala players collide, and they will bump it out of bounds. It is going to stay with Douglas County West.
Yeah, Gillen and Gilmore were both going for the offensive rebound or defensive rebound and accidentally ran into each other. But if I'm Coach Brown, I like what obviously Smith is getting going, but I like our defense intensity as well. That's the first possession for DC West, a quick shot once they got past half court.
Douglas County West inbounds it into the right side now with us as we sit here on the Pinnacle Bank Arena courtside floor. Now on the left side into the corner with the basketball, Olsen. He'll dribble to the top of the key on the right wing with 1:05 to go in the first quarter. 21 seconds left on the possession here for DC West. Top of the key with it now, Gilmore. That is Wohlers. Zane Wohlers passes right side to Olsen. Olsen crossing over, dribbles top of the key. 9 on the possession. Now that ball is almost bobbled out of bounds. It stays into the hands. Step back, looking right side. That one will go over the Ogallala bench. We're seeing the defensive intensity start to increase for Ogallala.
Yeah, and it's just – a little bit more closer. DC West was way too comfortable starting the game. And to be honest with you, if I'm Coach Brown looking back on it, probably was a little bit too lax. I think Sawyer Smith was letting his teammates get going a little bit. DC West took advantage of that. Now they're winning on the defensive end and cashing in on offense.
42 seconds to go. First quarter as Ogallala trails by 6. They have the basketball. Sawyer Smith with it on the right wing, dribbling right side of the lane. And we have a bump and a whistle and a foul called on Douglas County West here in the final moments of the first quarter, as that will be the team foul number 3 on the Falcons.
Yeah, and Ogallala, look at the early start, and DC West came out like gangbusters, and so a double handoff there that DC West blew up. Sawyer Smith is able to get into the middle lane and draw the foul.
Speaking of Sawyer Smith, he has the basketball, drives in right side off the glass. It does not fall. Tip try, but that's going to be basket interference called on Tanner DeCastro, as DeCastro tipped that one in while it was still sitting above the cylinder.
Yeah, you know what? If I'm Coach Brown, the last 2 mishaps, if you want to call them that, right? Going for the defensive rebound and they run into each other in the accidental, interference at the rim. I'm okay with that because those are effort plays, and obviously showing that we're starting to pick it up a little bit, and it's led by Sawyer Smith, and then obviously DeCastro will get it going as well.
On the right side, here it is with it. It is DC West. 22 seconds to play in the first quarter. The shot clock is dark here in the final moments for Douglas County West, who can hold for the last shot of the quarter if they desire. Now on the right side with the basketball, it's Schieber. Schieber works on the defender, Gilmore. Gilmore forces him to give it up to the right side. Now they get it back to Schieber. Douglas County West leads by 6. 7 seconds to go in the first quarter. Down low on the doorstep, high off the glass. Too strong on the layup attempt. Up the floor, here's Sawyer Smith with 1 on the game clock. Loses the dribble, and that will do it for the end of the first quarter. Your score after 1 period of play, Douglas County West 13, Ogallala 7. Here as we'll come back in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, it was a good first quarter, fast-paced, and it's a 13-7 ball game in favor of Douglas County West as PBA continues to fill up here in the lower bowl. As Sawyer Smith has it for Ogallala, they give it back. No, it goes through the hands of Tanner DeCastro, out of bounds. Not a great start to the quarter if you are Ogallala.
No, in Ogallala, sometimes when your first game, you beat the brakes off of Syracuse, and then you're playing a veteran-led DC West team. You're in for a dogfight now. You made your run. Now you got to get back on the track and get some points on the board.
Here's DC West on offense, leading by 6 over number 1. Ogallala is on the left side now, center of the lane, stopping, spinning around. It is Wohlers, and Wohlers draws a foul on Ogallala. I will say, Jay, I do really like Carter Brown, the head coach for Ogallala, his little crew neck sweatshirt that he's got.
Yeah,
he's got the script Ogallala.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looked pretty classy.
He does.
Not Gretna East.
No, not Wade
coach.
Coulter.
Yeah, but close.
He's close.
Yeah.
On the right side.
He's moving up the chart.
I know. On the right side here is on the doorstep. It's DC West, two-hand pass out to the left wing now with it as Schieber will reset the offense in the half court. 7:22 to go in the second quarter. Still 20 seconds on the possession here for Douglas County West. Top of the key with it. Schieber still guarded loosely by Gillen. Now they'll pick up the defensive intensity. Three-point try on the way. It's on the way. It's good for number 13, Nolan Asher, his second.
A good pick and pop right there. They didn't get out there on him. They didn't respect his three-point range. And it's pretty hard for Ogallala right now. They beat this same DC West team by 30 points early in their year.
DeCastro misses
West
a three.
has gotten a lot better since then, obviously.
Yeah, DeCastro misses a three on the right wing, and DC West once again holds them to a one and done as Schieber bounces it near the logo with it. Asher fakes the handoff going right at Gillen, and he forces a pass out now into the driving baseline left side off the glass, and a friendly roll off the front of the Pinnacle Bank Arena rim.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Brown over there, we're waiting for our guys to wake up. The wake-up call is not, ring up. They're still sleeping. They need to get their alarm off a snooze.
And Sawyer Smith is able to draw and initiate contact. He goes in, hits the layup, and he'll go to the line to shoot one more.
Yeah, he made it in, through contact with the left hand. Good finish there by Sawyer Smith. And then he took about a size, 14 or 15 to the head by his teammate there, DeCastro. Little friendly fire right there. So if I'm Coach Brown, you believe in your players. And obviously Sawyer Smith isn't going to let it get too out of hand. And obviously it's not out of hand right now. But defensively, you cranked it up for about a minute and a half. You need to turn it up maybe full court as well.
Sawyer Smith able to hit the free throw. Outside of Sawyer Smith, Ogallala just 2 points on the day.
Yeah.
And those were the first two that they've had off of Eden Kane. Now here we go, 18-10 your score in favor of Douglas County West as they'll have it near the scores table as DC West, the Falcons lead by 8, 6:12 to go in the first half. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. On the right side here, it is the Falcons. They hand it off, top of the key, taking the bump, and now it's going to be a hand check foul called. I believe they're going to get Sawyer Smith on this one.
Yeah,
that's number 2 on him.
That's number 2 on him, and so he has to play a little bit more passive aggressively or strategic and when he's going to be aggressive on the ball handler. There was a lot of body on the initial drive there. It was an easy call for the ref, and he let it go the first couple bumps. The third bump, he's definitely going to call him up or ring him up on that.
18-10 your score. Once again, Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you. Jake Bachhoven back in our 93.7 The Ticket Studios. As here's Ogallala across the timeline. They go after stealing a inbounds pass. Finds a trailing Sawyer Smith. He decides to pass up the 3-point chance. He now loses the basketball. Got his pocket picked by the help side defender. Outlet pass up the floor for DC West. Another turnover for Ogallala, as that was turnover number 3 on the early morning matchup. Here is DC West. With it is Schieber. Schieber's got 3 points on 1 of 3 from the field. He passes it right side with his right arm now over to Smith. Smith is the only player out there right now for Douglas County West without a point. Asher has it top of the key, gives it now back to Foster. Foster to Schieber. Schieber in the left corner now with it is Olsen. Olsen holding the basketball, circling it around his body, gives it off to Schieber on the left wing. Guarded by Gilmore. Now elbow line jumper with 1 on the shot clock. It will not go. And the rebound tracked down by Gillen of Ogallala, who quickly passes it to Sawyer Smith, who bounces it to his left to Gilmore. Gilmore has it on the left wing for Ogallala. Going right at the defender, steps back, hands it off to the other Gilmore on the left side. Spin move, center lane. He's bumped and fouled, and Gilmore shoots 2 shots at the line.
Nick, that's the first possession in, a quarter and 3 minutes that you saw some any continuity for Ogallala, right? Sawyer Smith started getting going, one-on-one, and then obviously they started to adjust as far as DC West goes. Couple ball handoffs right there, and then you got an easy shot for Gilmore. I like it because you're at the free throw line trying to knock into the lead.
Ogallala on the day, just 1 free throw attempt, and now 2 for 2 on the morning. They got 1 more coming up.
And you also have to be where, Coach Brown's, he's a veteran coach enough and knows his team enough that DC West is shooting the lights out right now for 3. And so you got to just weather the storm, but the storm has to start on your end by execution on both ends of the court.
Second one on the way for Gilmore is also good. Ogallala pulls to within 6. 5:05 to play. First half, 18-12. DC West on top of Ogallala. On the left side, here it is for the Falcons as Douglas County West throws it over the top of the defender. On the right side now with it is Olsen. Olsen has the basketball. Fakes right, goes left down the center of the lane. Kicks it out near corner. Saving it from going out of bounds is number 11, Smith, for DC West. He gets bumped, almost out of bounds now, gets it ripped away from him. 2-on-1 break. Gilmore passes off to the Gillen. The layup won't fall, and a rebound collected by DC West. 1 dribble pass up the floor across the timeline. DC West does not have numbers. They will call a timeout. Head coach Chip Daling wants to talk things over. Let's take a breather as well. It's 18-12. Douglas County West leads by 6. 30 seconds, and we'll be right back on 93.7
When
The
you
Ticket.
or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert alongside Jay Foreman with you. 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Here is first of 6 games for us today on the station, as myself and Jay will be here for the first 4 before we hand things off to Tristan Gomez in the nightcap for Class B action. It is 18-12. Douglas County West on top by 6. 4.5 to play in the second quarter. Sideline inbound coming up for DC West on offense.
Yeah, I think you see Ogallala starting to impose their will a little bit. It's a good time out there, and see if DC West kind of went stagnant offensively. Let's see what they come with out of the timeout.
Yeah, 2 minutes plus without scoring for Douglas County West, but they still hold a 6-point lead. And directly in front of us on the left wing, here is Smith. Smith almost lost the basketball, now gets it to Schieber. Schieber on the right side. 4:17 to play, first half. here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Top of the key now with it. Pass almost taken off, and it's tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Ogallala on the deflected pass.
Yeah, good job there by Kane getting his hand in the passing lane. You want to do that, create opportunities, but then also take the confidence away from this DC West offense.
Here on the left side, DC West give and go, driving baseline. Here it is that is Olsen. Olsen one-handed pass up top of the key. One on the possession, and as the shot clock expires, they're going to say no shot. He did not get it off in time, and so Schieber's floater will not count.
What do you think?
I thought he got it
off. I thought he got it off. I thought it was in plenty of time, but Ogallala's luck might be turning into some fortune.
That is also one thing that they can review at halftime. They can go back and tell the scores table that they want to look at that. So they might go back at halftime and look at that. But a double dribble is called on Ogallala on the other side. Here is the official replay here. Oh, no, excuse me. That's of the double dribble. So never mind. Why would they call it? Why would they show us the double dribble again? All right, here we go. DC West with the basketball. 18-12 your score. Up by 6 are the Falcons. They have the basketball. They have 3 turnovers in the last 2.5 minutes of game time, though. As they give it top of the key with the basketball, it's Alexander into the game for the first time for DC West. On the cut, down the right side of the bucket, passes it through left wing, three-point try. Just a tad too strong on the attempt by Nolan Asher and passing it up to Sawyer Smith. Here we go with Ogallala. Ogallala hesitates. The dribble drive. Sawyer Smith in the lane. That's a traveling violation on Sawyer Smith, and Carter Brown can't believe it. The head coach is furious on that Ogallala sideline. And he's letting the official hear it.
Yeah, it didn't look like a travel to me. It looked like he came to a jump stop. Now, I wouldn't have minded the offensive foul call there with the extension, but he got a little bit of a superstar treatment there.
18-12, your score. Douglas County West on top by 6. It would have been a bad offensive foul. That would have been number 3 on Sawyer Smith. Three-point try on the way. It's good for number 11. That is Lane Smith. And on the right side here is a lob play to Castro. He's bumped, and a foul is called on Tanner DeCastro. Now, what I'll also say here, Jay, is, another thing is Sawyer Smith tried to take over the passing lane, which caused the defense to rotate on defense there for Ogallala. It allowed a wide-open three-point attempt for DC
and I think
West.
the coverages and the mishaps and just basic, steady defense is what has been the thorn in the side for Ogallala, trying to do too much. And sometimes you get on a stage like this, you're trying to get steals every time. You're not going to – DC West is a really good team. You're not going to get a whole bunch of turnovers. In on the flip side, you're giving them open shots, and they're shooting 60% from three right now, 5 of 9, and they're all good shots within the rhythm of the offense.
Yeah, we have a foul on the missed free throw on Douglas County West as Ogallala is going to catch another break here. That will be team foul number 4 on Douglas County West.
You got to be careful, your Ogallala. You're catching some breaks now. You got to start cashing in on them because you're not going to get all these breaks or 50-50 breaks all game long.
You're down by 8, 21-13 if you're Ogallala with the basketball. DC West up by 8 points here as Kane has the basketball to Smith. Smith shot fake on the left wing, dribbles once, gives it back out to Kane after he dribbles inside of the elbow. Now with it, Gilmore. Gilmore might have gotten away with a travel there on the left wing. Top of the key, Sawyer Smith, right side, Kane. Kane takes the screen, step back 3. That one's short. No good. Did not look great. And a reach-in foul on Sawyer Smith. That's number 3 on him here in the first half.
Yeah, Sawyer Smith is going to have to sit down. If I'm Coach Brown, you got to bring him out. I was going to say this, before the last call, is that somebody else has to step up for Ogallala. I know that obviously you almost have a quadruple double yesterday. The offensive flow that Coach Brown is usually seeing is not there. You got to get guys going. You got a good size advantage in DeCastro. You got Kane that has to play with more confidence. It can't be the Sawyer Smith show and you're watching because DC West knows he's a good player.
I mean, my goodness, they've kept Sawyer Smith into the game. I understand star player, but as in the lane on the right side.
No biscuit.
That's true. Here we go on the right side. It's DC West. A lot of physicality away from the ball between Asher and Kane as DC West. 5 on the possession, crossing over, getting bumped in the lane. The floater will not go. Rebound tipped around, and a fight for it as
get on the
that's
floor.
Going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow keeps it with DC West. 21-13 is where we stand. 2:02 to go in the second quarter. Douglas County West up by 8, and Douglas County West, I believe that's number 5 there. Number 5, Olsen. Seems to be limping a little bit here after taking a little bit of a shot down on the hardwood.
Yeah, I think he got hitting the sweet spot there, but he's trying to recover. Hey, I feel your pain, my brother.
Baseline inbound. Here we go with Douglas County West on the left side. Now Sawyer Smith is out of the game with those 3 fouls for Ogallala. If you're Douglas County West, this is where you take advantage. 3-point try on the way. It's good.
There he is. Hand down, man down. Mr. Smith, you put your hand down, he's going to shoot it right in your eye.
Here's Kane driving baseline. He gets picked up by 2 defenders. Loose ball, and we have a whistle and a foul called on Douglas County West.
Hey, you know what's funny? Kane dropped the ball. He almost was trying to underhand scoop it a la, John Berry or Rick Berry out to the 3-point line. Got bailed out there. Now if I'm Ogallala right now, I know obviously Sawyer Smith is that was their 5th foul. It hadn't changed yet. Everything that I'm doing now for the next 2 or 3 possessions is got to go to the rim.
24-13 your score. 1:39 to go in the second quarter. The free throw on the way by Kane is good. It's now 24-14. This is an Ogallala team that put up 77 points yesterday.
Yeah.
And now they're struggling to score.
And sometimes that can give you some false confidence where you're playing against your undermatched team in Syracuse and you play your best game, and then obviously you think it's going to be the same. DC West, who you beat bad earlier, has definitely been looking forward to this game for quite some time.
Second free throw is no good by Ogallala. Rebound collected by Douglas County West. On the right side here comes Olsen. Olsen will slowly bring it across the timeline. 1 minute and 30 seconds to go as a pass intercepted. Kane going the other way. Gets tracked down. Layup. It's good. Little 3-0 spurt here for Ogallala.
Yeah, it's a good job there by Kane, playing the passing lanes and finish with the easy 2. Trying to get 2 or 3 more possessions if I'm Ogallala before halftime.
24-16. It's back to an 8-point ball game. Still in favor, though, of Douglas County West on top of Ogallala here in the C1 semifinals. Here on the right side, now passing to the top of the key. Off-ball screen and movement here to Schieber on the left corner. Schieber will dribble it back up. Almost swapped with it. Now gives it to Olsen at the top near the logo. 11 on the possession. Giving it right side now with the basketball. Here is DC West on the right wing. Two-handed pass with it is Olsen. He drives center of the lane. Left-handed layup. It's good with the foul. What a finish by Olsen for Douglas County West. He's going to shoot one more.
He caught Ogallala in a switch, and you talked about it before. Trying to do too much on defense exposes your last guy. They're over-gapping. They're trying to play a gap defense. You got one person over-gapping. It's going to expose the last person in the rotation. It happened to be Kane. Good finish there by Olsen.
Trey Olsen with one more free throw to come. It's on the way, and it is no good. Sat off the back of the iron and off the front of the rim. 42 seconds to play, first quarter to Castro.
Go downtown. You got to get something to the rim. You can't play three-point contest down by 10 points.
Here's Gilmore down 26-16 is Ogallala. They have the basketball. Kane on the right corner. Now gives it to Castro on the right wing. Top of the key with it. It is Gillen. Gillen hands it off. It's a Kane. Kane left-handed layup in the lane. It's good. Kane's doing a good job.
That's easy money right there. If I'm Coach Brown, that's my point of emphasis at halftime. The 12 minutes are going to be crucial for Ogallala.
26-18. It's back to an 8-point ball game in favor still of DC West as in the final moments ahead. The first half. 10 seconds to play in the second quarter. Here is Asher. Asher crosses over in the lane. He gets able to the basket. Should have been a goaltend. Yeah. Yep, that is a goaltend as the De Castro for Ogallala went up and hit the rim from the bottom while that ball was still hitting the backboard.
Yeah, and you saw Mr. Olsen was telling Mr. Kane, look, you can't stop me today. I'm telling you right now, Ogallala has to settle down. You're 25-0. You got to start performing and acting like it.
Here on the left side at the horn, three-point try, well off by Gilmore. And after one half of play, number one Ogallala is on the ropes. They face a double-digit deficit here after 2 quarters of play. They trailed 28-18 to Douglas County West. We'll step aside, come back in a few minutes with your halftime show on 93.7 The Ticket.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, It's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Apply today at dome.edu/apply.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Parents deal with a lot of what-ifs. What if my child gets a scholarship? What if they don't? What if they go to college? Or what if they pursue a trade? Nest 529 makes it easy to save for higher education costs, so you're always prepared for life's what-ifs. Learn more at nest529.com/hoops. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan. Investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
Spring sports are here, and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas, and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
State high school basketball coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena is proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day. In the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, The momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small-town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert alongside the Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman as we are at halftime here at game number 1 of 6 today that will be broadcasted on our airwaves, as we'll have the 2 C1 semifinal matchups, the 2 Class A semifinals, and the 2 Class B semifinals, all available to you wherever you get your 93.7 The Ticket content. Major thanks to Jake Bachhoven back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios, 1040 O Street in downtown Lincoln, as pushing all the buttons, make sure we stay connected. Jay, I mean, let's talk about it. Let's not even bury the lead. Sawyer Smith's got 3 personal fouls. Ogallala's looked out of rhythm. And if you're DC West, you're trying to figure out, okay, how can we pick up a 4th foul on Sawyer Smith?
You got to start trying to attack him, especially if Ogallala stays in this man-to-man defense where they've just been it's been self-inflicted wounds. They're playing a gap defense, which essentially everybody plays, and they're over-gapping way too aggressive on the initial pass. And so the second, third pass is putting that defender in a no-win situation. They're trying to gamble, essentially pressing when, you have a half of basketball left. And so look for Coach Brown maybe to implement some more run and jump defense, maybe some zone 1-3-1, because that'll help them against this DC West offense. And so if I'm DC West, I'm going to more of the same. We're getting into our secondary break. We're handling their pressure when it comes periodically half court, and we're hitting open shots right now. So you just ride that pony into the finish line.
28-18 your score at the half for Douglas County West. I mean, you're doing a pretty good job, especially shooting from the perimeter, 6 of 10 in that first half.
Yeah, well, you had 13 points in the first quarter, 15 in the second. Withstood the initial or the last rush into the first quarter by Ogallala to try to get the game back, and then you got back going, and you got to give Lane Smith and Asher. Or Nolan Asher and Lane Smith a lot of credit. They're 4 for 5 from threes, and they've been really good threes. What I mean by that, it's within the offense, and it's right in their wheelhouse. And so they're not, even though they're 6 of 10, it hasn't been luck shots. Now, they did have the bank in there by Nolan Asher, but that kind of got them going. Yeah. But also I think that they've done a really good job by Trey Olson and obviously Wohlers and Schreiber. He's 1 or 4, but they've been getting to the rim. When they had the lead in the first quarter, it was all in the lane. Yeah. And so that's a breakdown defensively, for Ogallala. So we'll see how they adjust here. But if I'm DC West, it's more of the same because we feel like we can do anything we want offensively.
Your score at the half, 28-18. There's 2 minutes left until we start the third quarter. Let's step aside. Douglas County West trying to upend number 1 Ogallala here in quarters 3 and 4. We'll come back, start the third quarter of play here in 2 minutes of time from Pinnacle Bank Arena.
A membership with John Henry's will fast-track you to front-of-the-line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating
and electrical.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," You want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information. Attention Nebraska sports fans. Are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join up and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard. Guard the good life.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more boys state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back in as Ogallala trails 28-18 here as we begin the third quarter of play. Ogallala will have the basketball. An early three-point try by DeCastro does not fall. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Douglas County West. Jay, for somebody like Sawyer Smith, who is the heart and soul of this Ogallala team, was this 1 assist shy of a quadruple double yesterday. Here's the deal, though: 3 fouls in that first half. Didn't get to play his normal game. Not necessarily in a rhythm at this point.
Yeah, he's fine offensively. The rest of the team look like they are sleeping there in a different time zone. So hopefully in the 12 minutes they had at halftime now, that not only they made adjustments, but they got their energy going.
Here's Douglas County West. The floater will not fall, and the rebound collected by Gillen for Ogallala is on the other side here. On that right side, it's Sawyer Smith in the center of the lane. He gets it poked out of his hands, and a reach-in foul called against Douglas County West.
Yeah, that was a ticky-tack foul there on Olsen. Sawyer Smith he drives into what I call darkness, right? That means where there's multiple defenders, and then he tries to use his big body and shoulders to spin back and get a shot. Active hands and active feet, by DC West paid off in the first half. We'll see if it does in the second half.
Here is Sawyer Smith down low on the block, looking around. That's a whistle and a traveling violation. I like that call. I thought that was the right call.
He was lucky he didn't get an offensive foul there. He kind of came with the shoulder bump, and then he went tried to go back, and his feet got tangled up there with Wohlers. Good defense there by DC West.
Here's DC West on the inbound play. They get it in and bring it across the timeline with Lane Smith. He passes it up the near corner to Wohlers. Wohlers on the right corner. 6:20 to go in the third quarter here in the Class C1 semifinal. On the left side now with it is Smith. Lane Smith gives it into the far corner to Wohlers. Wohlers cross court to the right wing. Now with the basketball, it's Olsen. Trey Olsen dribbles top of the key. That risky pass left side now into the far corner. Down low on the block. Working on the defender. Layup missed by DC West, and Kane collects the miss. No points scored in the first 2 minutes and change of the third quarter. Sawyer Smith trying to change that as he gets out to Kane. Elbow line jumper, short. Rebound tipped around. It will be a jump ball, and the possession arrow gives it to Douglas County West.
Yeah, Kane got an easy elbow jumper there and short-armed it. Good setup there by Sawyer Smith. I don't know if it was that a foul or was that a jump ball.
It looks like it was
a jump ball, right?
Yeah, it was a it was a jump ball. Douglas County West basketball.
Yeah, a little confusion there. Obviously, I think on the call, but DC West keeps possession.
Douglas County West with the basketball as Smith has it across the timeline on dribbling on the right side of the floor here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. On the right corner with it now, it's Asher. Asher gives it right wing to Olsen. Olsen back to Asher. Asher now dribbling with the left hand towards the top of the key. 5.5 to go third quarter. 28-18. Douglas County West on top of number 1 Ogallala. Here in the C1 semifinal, neither one of these teams has ever hoisted the trophy in their school's history. And on the right wing, here's Olsen. Olsen, center of the lane, trying to draw contact. Floater won't go. Put back try is up and in for Wohlers.
Good job by Wohlers of being the Johnny on the spot. And Smith couldn't go for that rebound because he didn't want to risk that fourth foul.
Here's Sawyer Smith on the right side. Smith trying to drive. He loses his balance, gets it back, though. Still trying to get some traffic and a push from behind as Sawyer Smith draws the foul.
Yeah,
no shot.
Wohlers had pretty good defense there, and I think, Sawyer Smith, for how great a player he is, he's somewhat out of control, and that's where the travels came from, and it sometimes draws some fouls, and so, he's throwing around his big body there, but I think right now DC West is doing a really good job, even when they're one-on-one against them, because they are packing the lane. They're having their feet and body staying in the lane because nobody else is coming alive offensively for Ogallala.
Sawyer Smith, step back three. It's no good. Circled the cylinder, but it falls out of the rim. No good on the attempt by Sawyer Smith. It's 30-18. Ogallala just can't find the bottom of the bucket. They can't take the lid off here at Pinnacle Bank Arena on a Friday morning. Here on the right side, it is Olsen. Trey Olsen passes left side, now passing to the far corner just inside the perimeter. Passing to the lane with the bucket and the foul. How about Nolan Asher? One more free throw coming to make it could be a 15-point advantage for DC West.
Yeah, I think Gillen is still trying to get an offensive foul there. You got to body up and play some defense. And what they're doing is they're reversing the ball before Ogallala can adjust, and they're getting a quick dump because they're catching them in a switch. You had Asher there against Gillen. That's a size differential that they plays in DC West favor every time.
Gillen misses the Asher rather misses the free throw, and Sawyer Smith will bring it up the floor across the timeline. Ogallala trails by 14 and a blocking foul. He got away with that one. That'll go on Douglas County West.
Sawyer Smith is tiptoeing there. I mean, it was a switch, a good job there defensively. It looked from here. Now, I will tell you, I have LASIK surgery. I'm still at 2010. It looked from my eye, the feet were set.
When he was square
and wide with his hands. Sawyer Smith had his shoulder down as well. He's got to be careful.
32-18, Ogallala catches a break. Kane for three, left side, just a tad short. Rebound collected by DC West. I tell you, we're starting to notice, though, as we're halfway through the third quarter, playing with those three fouls, a little bit of foul trouble here for Sawyer Smith. Obviously, he can't play with the same aggression on rebounding attempts.
No, he can't, and you saw that where I think Wohlers got that last 2-point play, and then also you saw him on offense being actually too aggressive. They still need some flow in offense. Yeah. It's essentially Sawyer Smith and everybody's watching, and then Kane will get a periodic shot.
Ogallala was able to dive on the floor for a loose ball. They call a timeout. Let's go ahead and step aside with them. 30 seconds. We'll be right back.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman with you. 14-point lead for Douglas County West, 4:04 to play in the third quarter. Here at the top of the key, it's Sawyer Smith crossing over on the left side to Castro. DeCastro has been quiet today. Now to Sawyer Smith, trying to get it back down to DeCastro. They do. Garden on the defender in the lane. The layup, no good. Good defense there. How about nice job by Alexander off the bench. They pass up the floor underneath the bucket. They get it out top to Alexander. Alexander on the left wing saves the day. Into the far corner. Losing his teammate, or rather his matchup off the side of the backboard. The attempt, a little bit of a smile there by number three, Foster, for DC West as he hit the three-pointer on the side of the backboard. I'm only laughing because he's laughing. He's still smiling. The bench is laughing at him, too, after that hit the side of the backboard. Alexander skip pass. Watch out as that one saves Alexander. Can he hit this one? No, he barely grazed the rim. Rebound on the floor. It's a loose ball, and it will be a jump ball, sending it Ogallala's way.
You know, when you think about this DC West team, obviously you see Sawyer Smith. He comes in, as 6'3" guard, but, he's guarded by Zane Wohlers, who's 6'5". So his size and strength doesn't do anything to them. And then when you think of, number 13, Asher, he's 6'4", and they can score. So what he's used to playing against smaller people is not working out for him.
Here's Sawyer Smith on the right wing. Sawyer Smith drives in, kicks it to Kane. Kane now on the left side of the lane. The floater is on the way. It's no good off the left side of the rim. It's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Sawyer Smith. from Ogallala. 32-18 is where we stand. 2:57 to go in the
So
third
if you
quarter.
look at it right now, right, Kane is 3 of 8. Sawyer Smith is 3 of 7. DeCastro 0 of 4. Gilmore 0 of 2. And Gillen 0 of 2. The rest of the guys got to step up. I'm Coach Brown. I'm calling a timeout. I'm going to light these dudes up and say, wake up now. We got to start being more physical. We got to be better basketball players.
Here on the right side, it's Asher. Asher passes it left side now to DC West with it on the far corner. Now back to Smith once again on the left side. Cross court right side with it is Asher. Asher now in the right corner. Back to Asher. Asher skip pass, far corner, three-point try on the way. It's no good. Rebound collected and pushed out of bounds. Last touch by DC West.
You see a little bit of a defensive change there for Ogallala, a little 1-3-1 there, but I need the energy going. I think they need to, they're kind of putting their hand up. They have the size advantage. You got to get DeCastro on the block and high-low there with Sawyer Smith.
2:25 to go, third quarter. Sawyer Smith trying to hesitate, trying to draw contact. Great job by DC West just staying straight up. It's tipped out of bounds, last touch by Ogallala. And they've done a good job. So number one, it's a mix of Sawyer Smith just not being able to find the bucket. And number two, DC West doing a good job of playing defense without fouling.
Yeah, I think they caught DC West by surprise earlier in the year, but also they got enough size and strength to handle Sawyer Smith, and that's where he needs to adjust his game. You're going in there, and it's essentially one pass, and you're shooting a shot. Guys got to cut off of him and make easy pass attempts for him to get assists.
Down low on the block. Here is Alexander now in the near corner on the right side, on the right wing. Now top of the key with it is Asher. Asher, 2 hands above above the basketball, above his head. 3-point opportunity on the way. It's no good on the attempt by Smith, and Lane Smith misses a 3. Ogallala clears the glass. How about this?
DC West is starting to go into a drought. You got to make your move here from Ogallala.
32-18, your score. DeCastro is fouled. He's going to shoot 2 shots here in just a moment. 1:46 to go in the third quarter. 32-18 DC West on top of number 1 Ogallala.
You essentially, for Ogallala, right? DC West is 0-4 of the last attempts, and it's almost 3-minute scoring drop. You got to be cash money at the free throw line, and you got to start getting downhill. You look at them, there's 1 minute and 46 seconds left. You're probably going to get at least 2 possessions before the end of the quarter. Everything has to be to the rim. Because why is that? You want to try to get and ones, but you want to try to get to the free throw line to make them. But right now, DeCastro's got to, make he's over today.
Second free throw on the way to Castro. That one's good. It's now 32-19. Your score that was the first points of the quarter for Ogallala. As Smith will get it to Asher. Asher passes it left side. Now with it is Trey Olson. Trey Olson back to Asher. Asher in the logo. Now to Olson. Olson on the left side to Asher. Asher, top of the key, bounces it left side to Olson. Olson drives baseline in the lane. Too strong on the layup attempt.
Rebound.
And DeCastro clears the glass. DeCastro brings it up the floor on the left side with the back to the basket on the perimeter. Now dribbles into the elbow, spin move in the lane. Finishes with the right hand from the left side. And an and one opportunity.
What did I say? I say it, they do it. What do you need in the quarter? Now you have 2 extra possessions because it was a quick shot by DC West. DeCastro, I think that free throw might have sparked him. Good drive to the middle, spin off the Big Ten logo. Good finish physically with the left hand. Potential 3-point play here.
1 free throw coming up. DeCastro misses it. 32-21, 1:15 to go third quarter. It's still an 11-point game as DC West passes it left side. Now the outlet up the middle of the floor to Alexander. Now right side with it is Schieber. Schieber to Asher. Asher on the left wing. Dribbles in. Great cut on the backside. Passes out to the perimeter. Now to Asher on the left wing. Asher takes 1 dribble. Passes right corner. 3-point try on the way for Smith. Smith. Lane Smith. It's good from the right corner. It's now 35-21 and a Douglas County West timeout. We'll step aside with them. 30 seconds to be right back on the ticket.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
35-21 is where we sit. 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. DC West up on top of number 1 Ogallala. Now Smith has the basketball top of the key, driving in. Floater contested. It's good. Sawyer Smith able to connect for the right hand.
Good quick there. Good quick two there. Now you see Ogallala a little full court pressure here.
DC West is able to break it, though. About a 1 second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here on the left side, it is Asher. Nolan Asher now with it. On the top of the key near the logo. Asher with it. Passes left side to Wohlers. Wohlers now to Smith. 16 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. 35-23 your score. DC West on top of Ogallala. Here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, Class C1 semifinal. Now DC West going to go to work on the right corner. 3-point try. Shot blocked out of bounds with 4.8 on the game clock, 3 on the possession.
Good job by Gilmore running him off the three-point line and not getting any body contest. Swiped at the ball, got it at his high point right there, and kept his body out of the way of the shooter.
Baseline inbound coming up for DC West as they look to get it in. Schieber's the inbounder. They get it into Smith. 2 on the possession. 3-point shot on the way. No good. Rebounded by Ogallala. And there's the horn. Your score after 3 quarters of play.
We have a travel here with 1 second left. A little bit of a mishap right here. Concentration right here.
It might have been so Ogallala is saying that it's a shot clock violation.
Oh, that's lucky right there because they DC West would have had a second left on the shot clock, or a little bit under a second left on the shot clock.
End of the quarter.
Oof.
Call at the end of the quarter. 35-23 your score. DC West on top by 12 over number 1 Ogallala. Here, we'll be back in 60 seconds with the start of the fourth on 93.7 The Ticket.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Douglas County West basketball as we start the fourth quarter of play. Up by 12 are the Falcons of Douglas County West on number 1 Ogallala. And Jay, you mentioned it. This is a time where DC West needs to take advantage of this and maybe get some points on the board. They're one of their last 8 shooting the basketball.
Yeah. Well, right there was a big 3 there, though, by Smith. But if I'm DC West, here's what I'm thinking. Right now, you're up by 12. We feel really good with our defense because Ogallala is helping us out. The 2 guys that are only going to shoot the ball is pretty much Sawyer Smith and then maybe Kane and maybe DeCastro. So they're helping you out. I'm thinking, Nick, all I need is 6 points the rest of this quarter.
Ogallala basketball as they trail 35-23. Sawyer Smith in lane kicks it out. 3-point try on the way. No good off front iron. Good rebound by DeCastro. Second effort, and that's a traveling violation as DeCastro got tangled up with the defender after the defender fell down.
Yeah, Coach Brown is miffed by that. But what happened is he got tangled up with Asher. He couldn't set his pivot foot down, and he kind of slid. So it's kind of a weird play, but you know what? DC West survives again.
Yeah, DC West with the basketball up by 12, 35-23 here in the fourth quarter on the left side with the basketball. Schieber now to Asher. Asher with it near the logo, guarded by Gilmore. 7:01 to play, fourth quarter. C1 semifinal. Once one of these teams will keep the dream of hoisting the trophy for the first time in school history alive. On the right side, DC West on the right wing in the right corner, driving baseline. Good job by Smith. Lost the basketball, gets it back, puts up a tough shot. It does not go. Outlet pass up the floor to Gilmore. Gilmore on the right wing, hands it off to Kane in traffic off the glass. It's in. 35-25.
You got to start pushing the pace. Gilmore was he got Velcro on it, then he got it to Kane, who came right behind him. Easy 2 points.
35-25 your score. That pass almost taken away. DC West able to break the pressure across the timeline. On the right side, here it is with Lane Smith. He passes it through to the left corner. Now in the left wing with it is Olsen. Olsen holds the basketball down by his right hip, almost gets his pocket picked, gets it back. Now Olsen, the double team comes. Sawyer Smith dodges a bullet there on the right side. Here, stepping through the lane, the layup off the glass and in. Great job by Nolan Asher having the patience.
Ogallala is trying to go to a run and jump defense, but they're not really double teaming that hard. You really open it up to secondary cuts there for DC West.
DeCastro misses the putback layup attempt. It goes out of bounds. How about that?
Asher.
Great move by Asher, who was laying half of his body outside the baseline and in the out of bounds territory. It started bouncing towards him. He just slid away from the base basketball, so it didn't touch him.
What awareness by Asher. Now he's going to get a much-needed break there. Him and Olsen are probably going to get at most a 2-possession break there for them before they come in for DC West. So now you got to think right now it's got to be Wohlers big time because he has the size and strength to deal with the Ogallala inside.
Douglas County West trying to upend number one here, 37-25. 3-on-2 break in the lane. The layup in the lane is no good, but the foul is called on Ogallala. And head coach Carter Brown for the Ogallala Indians wanted an extension of the arm and an offensive foul, but didn't get it.
The fans, you see the fans over there with the extension. But what you have to do here, Nick, we saw DC West last year.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this right now. Wohlers looked like he's grown. Look how much bigger and more physical he is. The way he just ran over Ogallala defender, he looked like a running back or a tight end there. The reason why that's important, now Olsen's back in the game, so you have two guys that can score and handle the ball, right? They all can handle on the perimeter, but Wohlers can really, when they drive and they beat that trap in defense, he can get a lot of easy points.
37-25. Wohlers' second free throw on the way is no good. He goes 0 for 2. Defensive rebound off the miss. Here's Sawyer Smith across the timeline. 5:47 to go, fourth quarter. Crossing over, Smith in the lane. Bumps, no foul. Now there is a whistle, and he misses the layup attempt, so 2 shots coming up for Sawyer Smith.
I think so. Think about Sawyer Smith, having that great game yesterday, and it's great for him individually, and it's great for Ogallala. But when you think about it, Nick, when you have a quadruple double, right, and the points, assists, rebounds, and maybe steals or whatever else the fourth category was that he didn't get to 10, the double digits. That lets you know that there wasn't a lot of ball movement.
Yeah.
So then you play the next day in a new facility or new stadium, which Devaney is drastically different than PBA. You had 2 days without any continuity, and I'm sure they didn't practice that way.
Second free throw is also good for Sawyer Smith. We have a timeout on the floor, charged to Ogallala. Let's step aside with them here. 5:43 to go in the fourth quarter. It's a 10-point deficit for Ogallala. We'll come back in 30 seconds.
Parents deal with a lot of what ifs. What if my child gets a scholarship? What if they don't? What if they go to college? Or what if they pursue a trade? Nest 529 makes it easy to save for higher education costs, so you're always prepared for life's what ifs. Learn more at nest529.com/hoops. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan. Investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
All righty, Jay, you were saying it during the break. 5:43 to go in the fourth quarter. It's a 10-point lead for DC West over Ogallala, but this is where Ogallala's got to make their run.
Yeah, they're on it. DC West isn't really hitting a lot of shots like they were in the first half, and they've kind of slowed down offensively. And you're starting to get some, Carter, Sawyer Smith to the rim. Some other guys are at least being active, right? So they're going with a little bit of a smaller lineup. So you think right now Sawyer Smith is playing a small 5 as far as defense units. They're trying to crank up the pressure. These next 2 minutes is where they got to make a run. But you can't overexpose yourself trying to get every steal. You got to play steady defense here.
Here is DC West up the right side. Here it is with Olsen. Olsen now gives it to Schieber. Schieber looking left side, now off to Smith for Douglas County West, who leads by 10 over number 1 Ogallala. Here at the top of the key, Asher, right side to Schieber. Schieber to Asher. Asher passes it in the far corner, Smith. Smith fakes left, goes right back to Asher on the dribble drive, kicks it in the far corner. Wide open three-point try on the way. It is no good. It circled the rim, and it just sat on the side, and that was maybe the Pinnacle Bank Arena gods giving the Ogallala Indians one last chance at a push. Sawyer Smith with the basketball on the left side in the lane, hesitates, shot blocked, reset, and it's going to be an offensive rebound. Smith trying to get out of it, and that is going to be a foul called on Douglas County West. Jay, you thought there was a foul, obviously, because you said it a couple of times, but they did not call it until the last
There was
moment.
a big swipe there by Olsen against trying to stop the drive by Sawyer Smith, and good stick-to-itiveness there by Kane, and then he got it to Sawyer Smith. And so, look, you see the DC West coach, they're talking about pack the lane. So what do you have to do? You got to get some dribble handoffs and some motion, and then you'll catch Sawyer Smith in a switch that he can score easily on.
Here's Sawyer Smith, guarded by Asher. Now he backs it out. Sawyer Smith on the left elbow takes the bump. No whistle. Fadeaway jumper. It's good. It's 37-29. Back to a single-digit deficit for Ogallala. DC West with an 8-point lead. Up the floor to Schieber. Schieber will back it out to the perimeter. Now he gets it knocked out of his hands. Body's on the floor. It is going to be out of bounds off of Ogallala. But here's the deal.
King.
Here's what I would also say, Jay. We got it. We've seen this before on Wednesday, especially. Lincoln High got in front and played not to lose.
Yeah.
DC West is kind of flirting with that line right now.
Yeah, they are. They're teeter-tottering, and there's a lot of time left. There's 4.5 minutes left, and you're starting to see the run and trap defense there. And they had a chance to really get an easy 2 points there on that fast break, and they pulled it back out, trying to run the clock.
On the left side, here is DC West. On the left elbow, kicks it near corner. Smith passes up a wide open three. Now on the left wing with it is number 3, Foster. Foster, he is 1 for 3 from beyond the three-point line, and we have a timeout called as there was a trap set along the sideline by Douglas County West. They call a timeout as Ogallala's defense ramping up the intensity. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Tell you about our friends at the Nebraska Hematology Oncology at NHO. They are advancing cancer care and enhancing the lives of those battling cancer by offering clinical trials to patients right here in Nebraska. You can learn more at yourcancercare.com. Also, let's tell you about our friends John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, your local experts in HVAC and plumbing in Lincoln, Omaha, and the surrounding areas. You can schedule a service today at jhlincoln.com. That message brought to you by our friends at John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical. All right, Jay, 37-29 your score. 4 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Douglas County West, 9 seconds on this possession out of their timeout.
Coach Brown had to remind him, we got to play steady defense. We played defense for 26 seconds. Don't give it away now with a cheap foul. And if I'm DC West, I'm trying to get a backdoor cut right now to the hoop.
4:11 to go, fourth quarter. Great find into the backside as it goes out of bounds. Nobody touched the ball for DC West.
Excellent job by Sawyer Smith. He was fronting the post, and they were trying to get it to Asher. He knew it was coming. He flipped around, and it messed up the trajectory of the pass.
Ogallala with the basketball. Sawyer Smith in the lane. Left-handed layup is good. It's a 6-point ball game, 37-31. Douglas County West has the basketball, looking around for help, finds it to Lane Smith. Smith will bring it across the timeline by passing it to Olsen, and a reach-in foul is called on Gilmore for Ogallala.
Coach Brown is liking it. He's starting to see some intensity, and then also you see the lackadaisical effort offensively there by DC West. DC West thought the game was over with a 12-point lead and no life at Ogallala. Being undefeated, they have a heart of a champion, so they're not going to go down easy.
Ogallala comes into this game 26-0 after demolishing Syracuse yesterday. Now an interception on the inbounds pass. Sawyer Smith going the other way. He crosses over, gives it into the far corner. With it is Gilmore to Smith. Smith from the right corner, looking around, trying to clear the area. He wants his defender, Nolan Asher, one-on-one. Fadeaway jumper, too strong. Rebound tip to Sawyer Smith. He'll pass it back out, and a foul on the pass attempt as Sawyer Smith is bumped. That's going to be a reach-in on DC West, team foul number 3.
Yeah, the old momentum is swinging slowly but surely to Ogallala's way. Sawyer Smith and company is starting to crank it up. The smaller unit here is paying dividends. They're a little bit quicker, a little bit more feisty, a little bit better defensively, and they're able to get the secondary break faster as well.
They give it to Kane, who gives it right back to Smith. Smith on the right side of the lane, just beyond the lane, in the traffic. Jumper good, and Sawyer Smith has brought Ogallala to within 4. It's 37-33, and we have a Chip Daling timeout on that Douglas County West sideline. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside with them. Come back in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more Boys State basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
We'll go back into Pinnacle Bank Arena out of the DC West timeout. We have a reach-in foul called on Ogallala as it'll be a sideline inbound. That was the right call.
It was the right call, but Gillen was half a second from a steal and easy 2 points.
DC West got to figure out a way to get this right here as they're about ready to inbound. They get it in. Sideline inbound directly in front of us. Still a lot of time left. 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. It's a 4-point game. They got to get it across the timeline. Two-handed pass. It was deflected. It's trending towards the sideline. Tracked down by Gilmore, who gets to Smith. 37-33 your score. Sawyer Smith with the basketball. Pull up three, right side. No good off the front of the rim. And here comes DC West the other way. Pass over the top as that one goes into the hands of Douglas County West, and it will be a reach-in foul called on Gillen in transition.
Yeah, the lollipop passes here by DC West is allowing this quicker unit here from Ogallala to really go get some steals and opportunities on the offensive end. And, you expect Sawyer Smith to hit that three. Back-to-back games, your legs might be a little tired when you're a jump shooter like that.
So here we go, the inbound pass, another reach-in foul on Ogallala. They're just willing to go ahead and try to commit some fouls to increase the intensity defensively. Now 2 shots coming up the rest of the way as that puts DC into the bonus.
When you look at it now, DC West is 0 from 4 from the free throw line. So strategy is coming in here. DeCastro's coming back in, so now you can play some basketball here for the last 2 minutes and 48 seconds.
2:48 to play in the fourth quarter. It's 37-33. Douglas County West on top by 4. First free throw is no good. Bad looking shot there. It's as you mentioned, Jay. Now they're 0 for 5. Largest lead for Douglas County West was 14. They led 35-21 at the end of the third quarter. Here, though, it's 37-33. 2:48 to play in the fourth. The second free throw is on the way for Schieber. It is good. 38-33. Douglas County West on top of number 1 Ogallala here as Ogallala's trying to mount the comeback. On the left side now Gillen. Gillen to Kane. Kane to Gilmore. Gilmore on the right wing looking around. Fakes right, goes left. Gilmore in the center of the lane, dumps it down low to Castro off the glass, and it's a 3-point game.
That was there all day. You kind of use Sawyer Smith as a decoy. It worked out like magic there. DeCastro off the bench with an easy 2.
Douglas County West trying to break the press. They give it left side now to Schieber. Schieber to Asher. Asher two-handed pass up the floor to Olsen. Olsen is in the corner, and with it now is Schieber. Top of the key near the logo, Asher. 2:05 to play, fourth quarter. Douglas County West with 13 on the possession here. 2:01 to play, fourth quarter. In the lane, Wohlers passes it through. 3-point try, corner, bang!
That's another big one there. Smith has been lights out. Ball fake, sidestep, in your eye from the corner.
41-35. Gilmore trying to answer the layup. He does. 41-37 as Asher gets the inbound, looking around. Here he's looking, he's walking the baseline.
That's 5 seconds.
And no, as that's going to be a timeout. They delayed waiting to give him the ball. No, it was not immediately after the shot.
If I'm Coach Brown, I'm talking to him about a delay of game because they are kicking the ball. This is not soccer, and then they're picking it up and getting it.
Well, he kicked it to the referee.
It's a little trick. That's a little trick of the trade there.
41-37. We're going to have to agree to disagree, which has never happened.
That's fine. I'll agree with you.
We've never disagreed.
But we got to listen here. For a minute and 37 seconds left, DC West cannot clock watch. You got to find a way to be aggressive. Now, look, Smith has bailed you out in the third quarter and the fourth quarter with timely threes. So you got to think Coach Brown is probably going to put somebody on Smith because you don't want a dagger in the heart three. somebody else is, if I'm DC West, Nick, you're probably thinking we need 2 more points, right?
I'm not sure about that.
It's the race to 43.
At the end of the day, Sawyer Smith is on the other side.
Yeah, but it's the race to 43. They've done a pretty good job with Sawyer Smith.
He's got 18 points.
But he's heating up right now, but he's volume shooting, right? I'm okay with Gilmore shooting. I'm okay with DeCastro shooting. I'm packing the lane and living and dying with the other 3. What do you think?
Living and dying by the 3.
All I need is 2 more points, and we're home free.
41-37, your score. 1:36 to go. Well, the problem if you're DC West, you're 1 of 6 as a team from the free throw line. Now a pass on the inbound. It's overshot, saved from going out of bounds into the hands of Ogallala. Sawyer Smith has the basketball. Up the floor, left side. How about Gillen for 3? No good. Rebound tipped around. Asher gets it. They got to get it across the timeline before Ogallala gets back. 3-on-1 break, and now DC West will pass up a chance at a layup, and they will get fouled with 1:17 to play in the fourth quarter. 41-37. I believe Schieber's going to go back to the line, a place where he is 1 for 2 on the day.
Yeah, Gillen had a wide open 3. I think he reluctantly shot that one. You didn't have to shoot a 3 like that. I would like to see him try to get to the rack and get a foul.
1:17 to go in the fourth quarter. First free throw, Schieber is no good.
Right now, if I'm DC West, I got to just hold tight here, right? We got to play steady defense. We got a team rebound. And if I'm Ogallala, I got to do more of the same of what we've been doing. But we got to play with a little bit better pace. Sawyer Smith has got to touch the ball every single possession here on out.
Second one is good for Schieber. It's now 42-37. Douglas County West trying to hold on as PBA rises to their feet in the lower bowl here. On the right side, Sawyer Smith with the basketball. He was 1 assist away from a quadruple double yesterday. He misses the mid-range jumper, and we have a whistle and a foul called on Gillen, and this will be 2 shots coming up for Wohlers as Gillen and Wohlers got tangled up, and referees had to step in.
Yeah, Gillen is at the size disadvantage. He had the bear hug on him, and he was going to tackle him to the ground. A little frustration there from Gillen. So look, you're playing the free throw game now if you're DC West, and obviously you're playing with a little fire here if you're Ogallala. You got to crank up the pace a little bit, and if you're Coach Brown, you got to think about getting the young Gilmore in the game because he gives you a little bit more offensive power.
All right, 1:05 to play fourth quarter. 5-point game. Wohlers at the line. First one is no good. Wohlers is 0 for 3. Wohlers is 0 for 3 from the line here this morning, rather.
They're giving you a chance right now. Lots on the line, trying to get to the state championship game.
Second one on the way. It is also no good. He's 0 for 4 on the day. Sawyer Smith. Here we go. PBA continues to stand up on the left side. Dumping it down low. DeCastro, he's fouled. And he tried to go up with a 2-hand slam, but he is fouled, and 2 shots coming for Tanner DeCastro.
Good. Now you got to step up and make them now. And DeCastro's kind of came alive here a little bit in the third quarter, sat a little bit in the fourth, and so now he's got to play some big minutes here down the stretch, or a big minute down the stretch, excuse me.
42-37, Ogallala trails. 2 free throws coming up. First one missed by DeCastro. DeCastro is 2 for 6 from the charity stripe today.
Yeah, it's imperative we talk about this. We did the girls' game or games last week, boys this week. Free throw line percentage is usually the tell-all sign.
Second one, DeCastro, he connects. 42-38 your score. They get it inbounds as DC West across the timeline. He goes. DC West with it. Sawyer Smith denies the foul. He's still looking around, and now running over him was the Ogallala defender, Kane, on top of Olsen. Now Olsen will go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Yeah, Olsen himself is 0 for 1 from the free throw line. So we got a free throw contest here, and so DC West has got to calm down and obviously try to knock obviously both of these free throws down and try to get to the finish line, get to the state championship as well.
Remember, neither one of these teams has ever won the title. First free throw for Olsen is no good. DC West as a team, how about this?
2-possession game.
2 for 11 from the free throw line. They're shooting under 20%. Second free throw for Olsen is no good as well. It's a 4-point game. Here's Sawyer Smith with 45 seconds to play. Smith, left side, Kane. Now to Smith on the left wing. Smith dribbles in, left elbow, spin move off the glass. No good, but Sawyer Smith's going to line to shoot 2 shots.
Yeah, you like that when you're in your best player's hands and he's able to draw the contact on Wohlers there. And Wohlers is out of the game, too. That's their big physical forward and their rebounding advantage as well.
That's number 5 on Zane Wohlers, and so he is fouled out, finishes with 4 points and 4 rebounds. Into the game, it'll be number 3 for Douglas County West. That is Caden Foster, the senior guard. 2 free throws coming up for Sawyer Smith. Smith on the day, 18 points, make it 19 as he makes it a 1-possession game with 39 seconds to play in the fourth quarter.
So if you're Coach Brown right now, you got 2 options. One, to play it steady and you'll get about 4 seconds left if you just play straight defense, or foul early and foul their worst free throw shooter. Obviously, Wohlers is out. Don't want to foul Smith. You could probably foul Asher and see what you can do.
Second free throw by Smith is no good, and they will foul on the defensive rebound with 36.8 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. They're going to play the long game here.
Yeah, and you got to try to extend this game as much as possible. And you look, they're 2 for 11 as a team at the free throw line. So you got to rebound. And again, Ogallala, both teams are in the penalty. So I'd like to see Sawyer or Kane trying to get to the rack, trying to get an and one, but more importantly, get to the free throw line.
Nolan Asher goes to the line to shoot 2 shots. He's 0 for 1 from the free throw line here today. To put them up by 2 possessions, he misses the first. My goodness. Douglas County West, if they do not win this game, there is a glaring number, and it's the free throw total. 2 for 13 as a team today. The second one for Douglas County West, and Nolan Asher to go up by 2 possessions. It's no good. They keep it a 1-possession game, 42-39. Gilmore with the basketball, and Ogallala calls a timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout. We'll take our final timeout of regulation here. 42-39, 30 seconds, and we'll be right back.
Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small-town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more boys state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, welcome back in. We didn't expect this one to maybe end in this fashion when Douglas County West was up by 14 at the end of the third quarter, but here's Ogallala trailing by just 3 points. Number 1, Ogallala trailing 42-39 in the C1 semifinal to Douglas County West. It'll be Ogallala basketball. It's about a 1.7 second differential between shot clock and game clock. Is anybody but Sawyer Smith taking the shot, Jay?
Probably hope not.
Sawyer Smith, the only Ogallala Indian to make a 3-point shot in this game. He almost tiptoes the sideline, and he travels. That's a traveling violation on Ogallala.
Bad call because he got the ball on the ground. It's a huge call right there.
Here's the replay here. He steps with the left. That is a travel. That's a very good call by the baseline referee.
I stand corrected.
That's a good call there as on the inbound pass.
Sliding his feet like he was in the NBA.
They're going to have to foul. That's a good call as the head coach, Carter Brown for Ogallala, not happy with it. But we all saw the replay. The entire arena saw it. And he took about 4 steps
Carter
there.
Brown is giving the business. But if you're able to see the replay, he was sliding there. He looked like he was doing the moonwalk. You ever done the moonwalk, Nick?
I've never been able to be coordinated enough to do the moonwalk.
Yeah, I know. I was just waiting for you to admit it.
I can't imagine you have.
This size 15s can slide real good.
42-39, 2 free throws coming. DC West has been abysmal at the free throw line, and the struggles continue as they miss the first one. Smith now misses his first free throw attempt. As a team, Douglas County West, 2 of 15 from the line.
Right now, make or miss, you got to get something going to the rack. And Ogallala has 1 timeout left. You got to go for the 2 right now. You go for the 3 and don't make it. If you're Ogallala, the game is over.
21 seconds to play. Here's the second free throw to go up by 2 possessions. It's good.
got to go right now.
All right, Sawyer Smith gets the
go
inbound
downhill.
pass. Here we go. 20 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Ogallala going downhill is Smith. Smith in the left side of the lane. He gets it to his teammate. Shot blocked from the near corner as the rebound to DeCastro. To Kane. Now that one intercepted. It's going to be a jump ball. 7 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. It is Ogallala basketball. You feel like you got to go for the three now, though.
Now
Jay.
you got to go for the three, and you probably didn't want Gillen to shoot that. They missed a body foul there on Sawyer Smith that messed them up as far as, passing the ball out to Gillen. You would have liked to see Gillen drive it. That's something you have to rep. It's situational basketball. You get the ball, you got to go to the rack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially you got to go. They're in the penalty. I don't care. You got to get it off the rim at any point possible. You got the best rebounding guy out there in Sawyer Smith. There's a mistake there shooting that three.
Ogallala trails by 4, 43-39 here with 7.2 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. It'll be Ogallala basketball. I'm sure as a team they are 1 for 17 from beyond the three-point line. Just some abysmal shooting across the board. Douglas County West 3 for 16 from the free throw line. Ogallala 1 for 17 from beyond the three-point line. The only player for Ogallala to make a three-point shot is Sawyer Smith, number 33 in white. Now, the other thing to note, Jay, when Ogallala, if they hit a three-point shot, the clock will continue to run if you are DC West. Well, I'm saying, but the clock will run. Yeah. If there's less than 5 seconds left in the game,
it's over.
You just have to hold it. You don't even need to inbound it. If you inbound it, there's the three. It's no good. Offensive rebound. It does not fall as that goes out of bounds with 1 second on the game clock, and that will essentially do it as DC West leads by 4 with 1 second to play. Nobody's inbounding the basketball. They got to drop the ball and just start counting. Oh, it's going to be Ogallala basketball. Excuse me. They called it Ogallala basketball underneath the baseline. They inbound it. There's the horn. Your final score, Douglas County West 43. Number 1, Ogallala 39, as Douglas County West will attempt tomorrow morning to hoist a C1 title for the first time in school history. They win it by 4 over Ogallala. It's 43-39. We'll step aside, come back in a few minutes with your post-game show on 93.7 The Ticket.
Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small-town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P. If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day. In the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
State high school basketball coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena is proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more boys state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Your final score, Douglas County West survives. They made it close, 43-39 to Ogallala, as number one Ogallala falls in the C1 semifinal matchup. Douglas County West will play for the state championship tomorrow here at Pinnacle Bank Arena against the winner of our next game between Ashland Greenwood and the Auburn Bulldogs here at PBA. Nick Sander alongside Jay Foreman as we wrap up a 43-39 win for Douglas County West over Ogallala. Jay, I mean, Ogallala, they did everything they could at the end, but man, that first half was just too much to overcome.
Yeah, when you get down like this at this level of C1 and you have no life offensively besides Sawyer Smith, it's hard to get going, especially when you're not in rhythm. And I think sometimes the really good game he had yesterday is a little bit of fool's gold, because then you sit there and you watch the Sawyer Smith show. Yeah. Give DC West all the credit. They had a really good game plan, not only for Sawyer Smith, made him work for everything that he got, but then also they really stymied everybody else, and then they hit timely threes. Look, DC West was horrible from the free throw line. Ogallala was horrible from the three-point line. The difference in the game was three-point shots and the lack of three-point shooting. Outside of Sawyer Smith, in a close game like that, a 4-point game, you needed 2 more threes. Yeah. That's it.
43-39, that's your final score. We'll send it back to our 93.7 The Ticket studios before bringing it back out here for the call between Ashland Greenwood and Auburn, as Cale Jacobson's alma mater goes up against the Auburn Bulldogs here in Class C1 in our second C1 semifinal matchup of the day before we turn our attention to Class A action at 1:30 p.m. For Jay Foreman, Nick Sander saying so long. Austin Norman and Jay Foreman will have the call of the game to come in about 15 minutes of time, but thanks to Jake Bachhoven, we'll send it back to him in our 93.7 The Ticket studios here. Your final score, Douglas County West knocks off number one Ogallala 43-39 in the C1 semifinal at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 40